and now our good friend from Siena, the athletic director and president. I mean, your title is about 17 words long, and I don't think it accurately says everything you do.
I'm not sure anybody knows what I do.
Well, see, that's the best way to do it. Yeah. See, that's what, like, Goz and I were just talking, like, somehow I've been able to stay in the building at our job forever, and nobody knows how. But that's because nobody knows what I do.
Now, look, if I keep coming on with you guys, I got to get my own personal headset.
We do have to set that up.
We'll
we do.
Yeah.
See,
green as well, right? We'll color coordinate and everything.
Well, and of course, you're nice enough to join us and help us, navigate these great events that are going on. And Siena's part of it. The MAC tournament here in the Capital Region. Is this like 18 years? I know it's not straight, but is this the 18th year that Albany's hosted the MAC tournament?
18 years altogether. The first one was 1990. Actually, the MAC committed to the then Knickerbocker Arena as it was being built. So it was one of those things like, geez, it's January. We hope it's done in time. And it was done in time.
And now the Capitol Center is here. This thing is beautiful. The partnership between the MAC and the city of Albany itself, is that you? Is that Siena as the facilitator that makes that happen?
You know what? It's everybody. It's Siena. In their history they've had in Albany going back to the 50s. It's certainly SMG, and it's the county and the city. And I think all those entities working together, whether it's in front of the scenes, behind the scenes, is really what helps the MAC thrive. And, of course, the basketball and the fan, that community that comes out to watch all the games, hopefully they're going to come out tonight and Saturday night, is really what attracts people here as well.
I know if I'm a 16, 17, 18-year-old recruit and I see Siena both hosting a conference tournament and I can tell my mom and my dad, hey, they have a bunch of mac and cheese here. That's a recruiting pitch. Does it feel like that? Like, I would bring recruits up here. Is that a goal, I guess, from Siena? They're like, yes, this is a place you need to play college basketball.
Yeah, it's probably the mac and cheese that puts it over the top, I think, right? It's for the recruit and mom and dad. Yeah. But certainly it's the vibrancy of the area. And I think it not only is for Siena, but it's for all 11 members in the MAC. When you can bring your conference tournament somewhere and the whole city's responding to it. You walk downtown Albany, see the banners, you come here to this great building that everybody really worked hard to get, and you see the welcoming that everybody gets. I think it's got to be great for all teams, I would hope.
John Dargenio with us right now, and so what I thought was really cool, so we're in this big convention room. Like it looks like the place where you would host like a mac and cheese convention, a craft beer convention, something of that nature. And then over all the way to the side is the Siena basketball floor. How does that partnership happen? Where, yeah, you know what, you guys need our floor? Just go ahead, set it up. It's cool.
You know what, that's pretty neat to see. And it does, you're right, it has our logo on it, it has our name on it, but actually it's owned by the county.
Oh, okay.
Because it's so far from the Times Union Center, so I don't want to perpetrate any fake news here. But it's actually, our good friends at SMG and the county. They allow us to paint it with all of our colors and our logos, and I thank Bob Belber and Dan McCoy for that. And really, it's Doug McClain and Bob Belber and that whole staff getting it over here. But to come here Wednesday for the ribbon cutting and seeing this great building and seeing Siena such a huge part of it, I think is really great, not just for Siena basketball, but for Siena College.
If you had a chance to talk to Coach Patsos about leading up to the game, a conference tournament feels a little different than the regular season. Any advice for these matchups coming up for both teams, men's and women's?
You know what, I think teams, certainly I'm not a coach, so I'm not going to try to give them any advice, and what I would tell coaches is just go out and do what you've been doing for the last 6 months of the regular season, and for some of you guys for years. And because when it gets tipped off and the first whistle blows, it's a game, and you're out there doing everything you've done for a long time. So just kind of enjoy the crowd, let them lift you up, and then go for it.
John Dargenio joining us, the Vice President and Director of Athletics for Siena and 104.5 The Team, here at the Mac and Cheese Fest, getting ready for that. The MAC tournament going strong. Siena gets a tough draw. Fourth seed, got to get through Fairfield and Monmouth to get to the championship game if they're able to do so. Your thoughts on the draw that Matt gave you guys?
You know what? It is a really tough draw, and it's we ended up in the 4th seed, so you play what they put in front of you. And at this time of year, you've already played everybody in the league twice anyways, and you've been playing them for years. But Sidney Johnson does a great job with his team, and I know when you come to the MAC tournament, it's reset. Everybody is 0-0 right now, so I think everybody goes into it with that mindset that they're going to win that game and move on to the next one. And that's where really, I think, especially for the coaches, gets back to, all right, We've been here before. We've played these teams before, and let's approach it the same.
I know Bob Belmer would be involved in this decision, involved in the Times Union Center, but hosting the MAC tournament, having the new Capitol Center, it makes me think about the future of the Times Union Center, and if possibly they could host an NCAA tournament regional at some point. Is that a goal for Siena to be a part of that 2-3 years down the line?
Absolutely. You know, we had the women's here last year. We're going to have it in a couple years. We've had the men's first and second round in the regional. We work closely with Bob and his staff in the MAC to try to get an NCAA men's basketball first and second round or regional back here. And, you know, every time the bid spec comes open, we bid for it. We're doing it again. I think having this building here, having the refurbishing of the Times Union Center and adding more space for things like media and interviews is only going to be a benefit.
All right, John, who wins the men's and who wins the women's MAC tournament?
I got to say Siena, right?
That's right. There you go. That's what I picked. Goz picked the favorites. He went chalk.
But you guys are going to report back on who wins the best mac and cheese, right?
Oh, of course.
Right. Do you have any inside knowledge on the mac and cheese yet? Or
I don't. You know what? I might have to try them all once or maybe twice.
See, that's what we're coming up with our game plan as we speak. I'm thinking, guys, if you go straight ahead, I'll leave the table, go that way, because we only have a couple minutes in commercials. We got to get through as much as we can.
Or we can just stay off the air. We'll just let the commercials roll.
Aren't they just going to serve you guys and bring them over here for you?
Well,
come on.
I don't want to count on that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I need to know. Listen, I've been doing this long enough. We're not that big a deal. John Dargenio, we appreciate you.
Guys.
We appreciate Siena's been great with us. This week in particular in the Capital Region, between what UAlbany is able to do in the American East, what you guys are doing in the MAC, it's a great time to be a basketball fan of the Capital Region. And I said this to Mark Benson over at UAlbany, and it's true for you as well. You guys have opened your doors to us. You've made it so easy to take care of, broadcasting with you and with, Coach Patsos and everything. And we really appreciate it. The show's just not the same without you and Coach Patsos and everybody being here with us.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate it. You do a good job, and it's great for the area to be able to you guys bringing this to everybody. So thank you.
And as far as those headphones go, little doctorate for headphones. I'm just saying.
There we
go. You thought you were going to get out? No. John Dargenio, great host as always. We really appreciate you, John.